morning, good day, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are in the world. Have a good one. Well, welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sarah. And I'm very excited about today's video because we're going to do a linked heart crochet together. And we'll do that in just a minute. Also, I'm really excited because I want to tell you about the shop that is making it so we can order our Coffee and Crochet with Sarah cups. They've made a link just for us, and I'll explain that to you in just a little bit as well. So, what you're going to need for the crochet along is just some leftover medium weight number 4 yarn. It can be any fiber, and your H hook, which is a 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. So go grab something out of your stash so you can practice, because this is an assignment. I do want to see your linked hearts, and I'll talk more about it in just a second. All right, so what I want to do right now before we get started is tell you about the shop. It's called Magic Mugs Creations. And again, this is not my shop. This is a Etsy shop that has graciously allowed you to order Coffee and Crochet with Sarah mugs from their shop. And it was a little bit difficult. A lot of people don't know how to do all the stuff. And so what he did, and I was so excited about this, is that they made a link so that all you have to do is click that link. It takes you straight to the mugs you can order. And he's got 2 or 3. He might have added another one the other day. I couldn't remember. Right in that link, you can just choose your mug, order it. It's got the shipping included now, and he's getting them out in about 5 days. And that's so exciting because it makes it so much easier. If you've never ordered from Etsy before, it can be a little bit complicated. And so I think this cup, if you order it, shipping included, you do have to pay tax. That's the law, and it's different everywhere. But it runs about $15 with tax, and that's including the shipping. And so that is a great bargain for a Coffee and Crochet with Sarah mug. And he does have a couple other ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that link. It's already linked to the top of the Posh Pooch Designs page. It's also linked in the announcements over on the PPD Puppy Love page. And then on YouTube, if you go to the community on YouTube, the link's there, but I'll also put it underneath this video. So if you want to have a Coffee and Crochet with Sarah mug, so you can be drinking your tea or coffee or whatever from your mug while we're having our live video, okay? And it was so funny. I wasn't going to do the mugs because it was so expensive. And someone told me to get on Etsy, and I found this shop, and they have graciously, in my opinion, done this. I make no money off these mugs. The shop does. And I love to promote small businesses, okay? So if you want your mug, there's 3 places to find that link. And if you can't find it, just message me or email me and I'll send you the link, okay? All righty. So let's clink in. And if you've got your Coffee and Crochet with Sarah mug, post a picture. I would love to see them. Clinkety clink, clink, clink. All right. Are you ready to jump right in our crochet together? Well, what we're going to do today is I put them on this board so I could show them all to you. We're going to make a heart that's open, and then I'm going to explain to you how to link them together. It's super easy, and it makes a beautiful like chain that you can hang up. And I just really enjoyed making them, and I wanted to share them with you. All right, so I'm going to click over to our top cam so you can see. There is my board again. I just stuck it on a blocking board. You can tell it's well used. All right, so to make a heart, I'm going to move these out of the way. You're going to just need some medium weight number 4 yarn, any fiber that you want to use. Cotton, wool, acrylic, alpaca, whatever you got on hand in your stash that you want to use up, okay? Then we're going to be stitching today with our H hook, which is a 5 point, let me get the glare off there, 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. You need a pair of scissors, and then you need a needle to weave in the ends. All right, let me grab my notes here so we follow my notes. I'm going to grab my little bowl here that I put my ball of yarn in so it doesn't roll off the table. And let's make a little room here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to begin with our slip knot. And we're going to begin by chaining 15 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 chains. Now we're going to slip stitch in the third chain from the hook. We don't count the loop that's on the hook. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to slip our hook in, pull up a loop, and then pull that loop through the loop that's on our hook. And now we're going to chain, let me look on my notes here, it says 13 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Now, what this little bump we made is the inside of the heart. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to join our chain without twisting it. So I put my hook through that last chain. I'm going to grab that working yarn and pull it through the loop. So now we have sort of a wonky loop. All right, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. That chain 2 counts as a half double crochet. All right, so now what we're going to do, I want to make sure everything's nice and straight, is we're going to stitch 1 half double crochet in the next 7 stitches. So we'll go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 of those loops. So our chain 2 counted as 1, and that's another one. So we need to stitch 6 more because we are making 7 half double crochets, but we want a total of 8. All right, so we'll count that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, get in there, 7, and 8. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place 2 half double crochets in those next 3. So yarn over, go in, stitch our half double crochet, and then we'll stitch a second one in that same chain. So there's 2, and then we'll stitch 2 more in the next. Sorry about that, Maximo's over there snoring, my little chihuahua. He always seems to snore right in the center of my live videos. All right, so I stitched 2, 2, and 2. This brings us to our center. And what we're going to do is we're going to stitch a single crochet in the next chain. So we'll go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through those 2 loops. We're going to stitch a single crochet right in that slip stitch area there, that chain that we stitched our slip stitch in. And then we'll stitch a single crochet in the next stitch. All right, so now you can see the forming of our heart on this side. Now we're going to work this side in reverse. So we're going to stitch 2 half double crochets in the next 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2. And now we're going to stitch 1 half double crochet. Let me check my notes real quick. 1 half double crochet in the next 8 stitches. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that leaves one chain we haven't stitched in. In this last chain, we're going to stitch a half double crochet, a chain 1, and then another half double crochet, and that forms the little point at the bottom of our heart. Now we're going to join to that chain 2 with a slip stitch, and we'll cut our yarn. All right, now we're going to take our hook out and go in that next stitch and grab that loop and pull it to the back. That way we don't have as messy a front. And we'll turn it over. There we go. And then we'll just grab our needle, thread it on there, and we'll weave both those ends in. And I'm going to do that real quick so it doesn't take up our time, and I can show you how we make the second heart and link it together. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut those. I probably, if I was making this, would go ahead and weave that in just a little bit more. All right, looks like I got a little bump there. There we go. So there's our first green heart, right? Looks similar to this one we did over here, that I did over here. Okay, so we can't link them together, right? Like that. Although that looks really cute and would make a nice applique. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to make another green one, and I'm going to show you how to link it onto this teal one. All right, so we'll do our slip stitch. We'll chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We'll slip stitch in that third stitch. And then chain 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so now what you will do is, if you want to chain link them together, is you'll take the tail of your, not your working yarn, but your other end here, because this is our working yarn. We'll put it through from behind, and then we'll slip stitch it together. Chain 2, and then you'll stitch that heart exactly like we did this one. The only difference is you're going to be working it through the link, and when you get done doing that, let me grab this so you can see that. This pin's out of the way. You've linked them together. It's really super simple, and when you first start doing it this way, it might seem a little bit clumsy because you're going to do each one individually, but it really, really looks cute. And another thing that you might want to do, I've got it pinned on this board, but I want to show you. They're just laying like this. If you want to, and you're going to use it like to hang it up, let me grab a piece of this green here and cut this off, okay, just so you can see. What you can do is just take matching yarn, although this yarn is not matching, and on the back, pull those out so we can flip them over. What you can do is, if you're going to hang them up, you can go like this, and you can weave it in, or if you're going to do it so that it's going to hang up, you would do that. Then you'd come to the next two. That's where the matching yarn will come into it, because you can see the little bit of green through there. And this way you can make it into a hanger. Not a hanger, what do you call those? A bunting. And then your hearts will stay put when you've got it hanging up. All right, and if you want to, you can do chain, attach it with a slip stitch, chain across, attach with a slip stitch, however that you want to. I think it looks really pretty when you're doing this if you use jute. And jute is like that hemp string that you see, like actually I've seen it at Walmart, but I think it looks really cute. I've seen it done in kind of a rustic look. But it's super, super easy. You just, like I said, you make your heart. Then when you've made your chain for your second heart, then you go ahead and do what we did before. Of course, I've cut this one, but you make the heart exactly the same as we did before. and then you've got them all linked together. The key to getting them to lay right is to make sure that you bring that end tail from the back to the front, or they're going to be a little bit wonky. All right? I thought that was super fun. I had a lot of fun doing it, and so I wanted to show it to you as well. And it's always fun to do, small little projects. And the thing I like about these little projects is I want you to use your imagination. All right? So, I want to see your work. I think that this would look just adorable with some of the ombre yarns, going from a light blue to a dark blue, or a light purple to a dark purple, or pink, or whatever colors. I think it would look super cute. All right, so that's our linked hearts. They're super fun. Let me look here on my size here. It says that it measures, the heart itself measures, I've got that one linked in there. It measures about 3 by 3. That gives you an answer as far as the size. Now, if you want the written pattern, when we do a crochet together, which means when we do a crochet live, an item live on our live videos, the written pattern for that is not on YouTube or Ravelry or anywhere else other than the blog. Okay, so if you want the written pattern on the blog, you need to go to the blog, and let me see if I can pull it up on my iPad. I've got a new iPad and I'm still learning. Well, I'm not going to do that because I'm still learning how to use it. So what you can do is, if you're on YouTube, underneath the YouTube, there'll be a link, and it'll have my www.poshpoochdesigns.com webpage. Just click on that, and then there'll be a little tab that comes up. It says the blog. If you're on Facebook, you can go to the About section, and it'll have my blog listed there. And the truth is, you can find my blog all over the place. If you look in my photos, there'll be blog links all over the place. When you get to the blog, on the right-hand side of the blog is a little box that says follow by email. If you want all of the patterns and everything sent to you, because every Tuesday I do what I call a newsletter. I don't have an official newsletter. I just didn't want to do another complete thing besides the blog. And so if you put your email address in there, I don't get your email address. It goes into that generator. And then when I write a new blog, new pattern, or the newsletter, it just gets sent straight to your email. Okay. So, and it's super easy to find. And if you can't find it, again, message me and I'll send you a link. Okay. All righty. Now, if you'll notice, I have this beautiful blanket behind me. This is our triple ripple chevron throw blanket. And I wrote this pattern, I think it was 2014, I can't remember, maybe 2013, to have on my deck in the evenings if I wanted to sit and have a cup of coffee and look out at the mountains, or in the mornings. I love to go out in the mornings to have a cup of coffee. And so I can put this over my shoulders and stay warm. It's stitched in triples. 3 rows of triples, and then a row of half double crochet. Now this one I used a variegated and then 2 solids. On the original one I did like a section, I think, of green, then a section of yellow, and another section of blue, I think. And I did it completely different. The pattern's exactly the same. I just striped it different. And that's the neat thing about this pattern. And I've made a brand new video for it with lots of pictures on the blog as well. And so you can make a triple ripple chevron throw for yourself. It's super easy, and it's the way that I do it is I show you how to keep those edges nice and straight, and you don't have the holes from inside the chevrons. We do 3 triples together, and it just makes a really nice blanket. I'll just toss it down there since I pulled it off. The other thing that we did was this scarf that's behind me, and I'm going to go over there to the camera. This is our color block scarf. And you can see it's got that nice little fillet line going through it, those little holes. and just a nice line. And it's a really fun scarf to make. It's really easy. Double crochets. I show you how to add the fringe, and it just works up really, really nice, and it's really fun. And if you want to make it wider, you can click that link under the video. It will show you the multiples and stitch counts and all of that stuff. If you want to make it wider, it's not intended to be that any wider than it is because it is a spring scarf. But if you want it wider, you can make it wider just by repeating that pattern. And I really loved it. I liked that it wasn't your typical colors. It's like a blue-gray and orange and a lighter orange and kind of a bluish white. And I really, really love the pattern, and I really, really love the way that it worked up. And it's just I call it one of those scarves that's a really nice gift scarf. And it's great for guys and for girls both. It's not feminine, it's not masculine, it's kind of in the middle. And depending on colors that you choose, it can be, and you can leave the fringe off if you want to even. And it's just a really fun, simple scarf that makes a really nice gift scarf. And one of the things I like to do is I like to have some scarves and hats and things, because this could be work, for a youth up to adult. Even a child might like it. You could make it a little shorter. And I like to take some of my leftover yarns. I'm pointing over there because I have a big basket of yarns I need to deal with that are my leftovers. And I like to make things that I can have on hand if someone comes over and I want to give them something. Say a family comes over for dinner and you want to give them something just to say thank you for coming, you can walk over and wrap a scarf around her neck or his neck. And they'll be like, oh, wow, that's beautiful. And you're just like, it's for you. So I like to have those sort of things to use up some yarns. And that yarn is a sugar wheel from Hobby Lobby. I got it on clearance a couple of years ago. And when I first bought it, I was like, I don't know if I like this color, but I really like how it turned out on that scarf. Okay. All right, the other thing we did was yesterday. Let me move that. I got a card in the mail yesterday. It was super sweet. Okay, so what we did yesterday is the heart-shaped trivet. Now, this one is made with peaches and cream, and this one is made with I Love This Cotton, and it has a little bit of a sparkle to it. I don't know if you can see that. And this one ended up just a little bit smaller than this one. And so that's why I say not all number 4 yarns are created equal. There's a little bit of wiggle room in there, so keep that in mind when you're stitching things up. But I really, really love these. The thing about a trivet is it's not a hot pad and it's not a pot holder. Its main purpose is to set on the counter, grab something hot and set it on there to protect your surface. And they're nice to have around. As a matter of fact, I like to have them set out when I'm baking cookies. I can put 4 or 5 of them out, and I can put the cookie sheets or cinnamon bun rolls or whatever trays out and set them on the trivets. Okay, and so I had a beautiful wooden trivet when we lived in Germany, and I don't know whatever happened to it. I don't know if it got lost or it didn't come back or what, because we lost a few things on our trip back somehow with our shipping. So, but I mean, that's been 16 years, 20 years ago. Wait a minute. My son is 30. Oh no, it's been over 30 years. So anywho, these are super fun, and they're a great way to use up some of your cotton yarns that you don't know what to do with. You can make up a bunch of these, have these around. Again, if you have company over, give one to them and tell them, here, protect your wood surfaces. And so I like to make these sort of things just to have around, and they also make great housewarming gifts. If you're going to put together, say, someone's buying a house or they're getting married or, something like that, and you want to give them something, you could make them up some washcloths, some towels, or maybe buy them some and then make a couple of these and tell them what they are. A lot of people don't know what they are, so you got to tell them what they are because, but you can also use these as a candle holder, a cup holder, candy dish, if you want to. Okay? And what makes them so thick is they're stitched with 2 strands of the cotton yarn, not one. And it makes it nice and thick. The other thing is, if you wanted to, you could make 2 of them and stitch them together. And then it would be super thick. All right? So, I love to give you options of lots of things that you can do. And I think it's fun to do that. And I'm thinking I might just put these 2 together. All right, so that's the other thing that we did this week. Now, oh, I forgot. Yesterday I went out and did all my shopping. I usually do it Tuesday afternoon, but we had a snowstorm coming in, and so I went out yesterday. And of course, I swung by Michael's. And I found this enormous yarn. It's not enormous, it's just a big cake. And it's super fun because it's skinny cakes. I wish I was a skinny cake. So, anyway, I thought it was super pretty. This is called Sweet Mints, shades of green. And why it's called a skinny cake is that the other big cakes are a medium number 4. The skinny cakes are a light number 3. Okay. So the strands of yarn are a little bit thinner. And I thought this beautiful green would make a lovely, lovely throw. It feels so soft, and it reminds me in the texture of it as some of the mandala, however you want to say that, yarns. And I've been working with one because I have a pattern Friday. I think I'm going to pop it out for you. That I'm going to be using some of that mandala yarn on. And it reminds me of that yarn. I'm going to put it over here so you can see a little bit closer. Let me go up to that other. Isn't that pretty? And it's just, I don't know. I just really, really loved how it swirled around there. It goes from like a dark minty green to spearmint to light. And that dark is almost a dark teal. And then it goes to super light. So it's really pretty. And, oh, I was going to see how many ounces it had on there for you. It has 8.8 ounces. So that's a lot of yarn, which is 795 yards. You could probably get a nice size little throw out of this yarn, or maybe wrap. Okay. All right, now that's all I've got for you, except I want to remind you about our crochet along that's going to start next Monday. And just a reminder, I think I have the hiccups. I've about finished off my coffee, so I guess the video is almost over since I don't have any coffee left. All right, so I'm sorry I got the hiccups. Okay, on Monday, we're going to begin our hooded scarf. No, I haven't given it a name yet, so I'm having trouble coming up with the name. But what it is it's a wrap with pockets that has a hood. Hooded wrap with pockets. Okay, now what I've done is I've designed a pattern that is super simple. It's super easy to adjust width and length. And so it will fit just about anybody. Now I'm going to have the sizes on the pattern itself. And of course, I'll tell you how to work with those in the videos. But also, it's super easy to adjust. A lot of times what happens is, we scale it out to the sizes that we think they're going to fit. But everyone that wears a size 12 isn't shaped the same. It's kind of like dogs, a German Shepherd or not German Shepherd, but a Bulldog that say weighs 20 pounds is not shaped the same as say Jack Russell. They're all shaped different. And even though you may be a size 12, you may be like, shaped like a pear or a barrel or a stick, So I'm saying all this because it's going to be super easy to adjust. All right. Now, as far as the amount of yarn, I'm going to be using 4 different colors, but you don't have to. Okay. And the amount of yarn, I believe I put it at 20 ounces. Okay. So in reality, that's 2 of those, ombre, red heart ombre skeins of yarn, because they're 10 ounces a piece. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you're going to need. On Monday, I'm going to give you all the information of what you're going to need for the entire project. Okay. And on Monday, I'm going to also show you how to make the wrap portion of the hooded wrap scarf. Hooded wrap, pocket wrap. I can't get it straight. hooded wrap with pockets. On Monday, we're going to do the wrap. Then on Wednesday, we're going to do the hood. And we'll make the hood and we'll add it to the wrap. On Friday, that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On Friday, we're going to do the pockets. We're going to add the pockets to the wrap, and then we're just going to finish it up and tidy it up. And I'm going to give you some different options of what you can do with that as well. And so what I'm trying to do is make a hooded wrap with pockets that anybody can make. I want to put it on a beginner level. It's probably not exactly beginner, but pretty close to it. I'm not gonna put in any fancy stitches or anything like that. And so what you can do is make this hooded wrap with pockets. and I also want it to be warm, because my thought is, I've seen a lot of them out there and they're holey, and I want it to be something that's going to be warm. And I'm making it for me because it's perfect for when I take the dogs out in the morning and in the evening and it's cold outside. Okay? Teresa K says 2-pocket hoodie wrap. I kind of like that. Okay, and I do need some names because I have to get it named by Monday, okay? So it is going to be striped, but yours doesn't have to be. You can use whatever. And you know what? If you want to make a crazy stripe at all the different color hooded wrap with pockets, you can use your stash yarn as long as it's all medium weight number 4 yarns, okay? But I'll give you all the information, next Monday. And again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I'm doing it that way just to give you time. And then also, this crochet along will always be on YouTube and on the blog. And I'm hoping to, what I want to do is I'm hoping to have the complete pattern written out on Monday on the blog. And then I'll add pictures through the week. And there might be some adjusting as we go, because sometimes I might put a stitch and I think, I'm going to change it to something else. So remember, when we do a crochet along, and it's all on one blog, to constantly refresh that blog page, because there may be new things added, okay? And then, of course, I'll put it on Ravelry, and I'll try to get it out there other places. But anyway, that's kind of the idea of what I've got. It's going to be a hooded wrap with 2 pockets. And you're going to need about 20 ounces of a medium weight number 4. And I believe we're using a J hook, which is a 6.5. But I don't have the notes with me today. We got a few things left to do and also get a lot of it typed up and stuff. But anyway, that's what's going to happen next Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right? I think you're going to have fun, and you're going to see it's going to be super easy. One of the things that, well, actually 2 of the things that I got messages about was, do I have one, first of all, and do I have one that's not holey? And so this one is not going to be holey. It's going to be all stitched, mostly in double crochets, to be honest with you. And I think you're really going to like putting it together. And it's just going to be fun and stripey. And like I said, you might even have this yarn in your stash that you can use up and make something fun. All right? And that's all I've got. My voice is so tired. I don't know. I just love to talk, and then my voice gets super tired. Well, anyway, I'm going to let you go. 2 things, don't forget. Hit that link and order you a Coffee and Crochet with Sara mug and support that small business shop. Number 2, don't forget. Made a mess there. Make some hearts. Post them on the PPD Puppy Love Crochet group so I can see your homework, because I want to see your work. All righty. Well, we'll see you next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and get your homework in.